What's up, guys? Thanks for stopping by the channel. Nick Rich here, and today I'm waiting on my Mavic Air 2. I had the Mavic Pro first edition for about 3 years, and I know you guys saw the specs on the Mavic Air 2. I had to upgrade to it. If you didn't, we're gonna get into it in a second. Let's go over here. Am I the, hold on, that's a little bit too, okay. Am I the only one that as soon as you order something from Amazon or BH Photo Video, something like that, you know, for us camera people, and you start hitting the refresh button every 5 seconds, especially the day of delivery, and you like, yo, where's the order? Where's the order? Where's the order? All right, guys, we're back. Now we're going to talk about the DJI Mavic Air 2. Let's get into this unboxing. What's up, guys? Nick Rich here. The Mavic Air 2, undoubtedly the best drone on the market right now for, I would say, semi-professionals, to professionals. Less than $1,000, you can get the Fly More combo, which is the one I have. It comes with an extra set of propellers, 2 additional battery packs. I believe there's a weatherproof bag that I have. I've pretty much been putting this thing in my camera bag, but when I tell you, I'm not even gonna do the whole unboxing that I was gonna do. I'll show you guys some footage of it, you know, while we're talking here. I've really shot an entire unboxing video. I'm talking about the overhead camera rig, which was very interesting. I don't necessarily have an overhead camera rig, so using my desk chair, I shortened one of the legs on my tripod that the camera's standing on right now, had the other 2 legs on my desk. The third leg was jimmy rigged onto my chair and secured with a shoestring so that the camera wouldn't move, and I tilted the camera straight down, and that was my overhead rig for the shot that you guys are seeing right now. You see I pull out the knife, cut the box open, toss the box and all that kind of stuff. I was really trying to make something work there. Yeah, that didn't happen. I didn't finish the unboxing video. I didn't finish talking about the product. I was going into a whole comparison thing with the original Mavic Air that I still have. No, don't have that anymore. Sold that, and the owner crashed it. And I'm not going to mention his name because it's a good friend of mine, and he's probably still a sore spot. But going back into the Mavic Air 2, it is slightly smaller than the original Mavic Pro. The weight is a little bit lighter. However, you're not compromising that much in size compared to the original Mavic Air, which was an issue for some users as far as the flight time and everything else. This is giving you, on paper, 34 minutes of flight time. In reality, it's about 30 to 31 minutes of flight time, depending on wind conditions and also which mode that you're flying the drone in. Sport mode tends to use up a little bit more battery. Now, let's talk about sport mode. The remote. Brand new DJI Mavic Air 2 remote. If you haven't seen this thing in person already, it is sizable. I have fairly big hands, so I actually love the new remote. It is much bigger compared to the remote on the original Mavic Pro. I do like that the modes, the flight modes, I'm not sure if you can see that, there we go. They're on the front of this remote, whereas on the Mavic Pro, they were on the side. You can switch from normal to tripod to sport right here on the front. Also, on the bottom now, you have your joysticks. They just pop out right at the bottom, and you screw them in here. It's much easier to store in the camera bag that way. You just put your joysticks under the remote. They're really secure. They're not popping out. You're not going to lose them. As far as actual flight, the responsiveness of the Mavic Air 2 is almost instant. It's much more fluid, it's much more smooth. It's an easier experience flying a drone than it was with the Mavic Pro. The Mavic Pro had a little bit of lag to it, especially when you were stopping in sport mode. It would give you 20 to 30 extra feet, and you're like, whoa. So with the obstacle avoidance, that wasn't a problem. When you turn that off, trying to get certain shots, and you know it's not at the top of mind, you can easily run into a wall, which I almost did in LA 2017, but we're not gonna talk about that. Mavic Air 2, tripod mode is legit tripod mode. It will sit still in the air if you don't touch anything. Whereas with my Mavic Pro, if I let that go and didn't touch anything, it will be wavering around, especially trying to shoot a time lapse or anything like that. You can know it's a very noticeable difference. The Mavic Air 2 doesn't give you that trouble at all. It will literally sit still. I have not yet explored all of the modes of it. I've not done an 8K hyperlapse. I haven't even done a time lapse or anything with the Mavic Air 2. But what I have been able to do is get some amazing cinematic panning shots, reveal shots, things of that nature. I've only flown it about 6 times since I've had it in the last 2 months. I didn't even get to take it with me to Las Vegas. I wasn't thinking. And the last time I went to Vegas, the flight experience just because I honestly don't think you're supposed to fly in Vegas. So I was in a bad area. I lost signal fairly quickly and just brought the drone back down. I did get a good picture. Treasure Island, I believe, and Fashion Show Mall, but was losing signal almost every other second. So I just brought it back down, decided to leave this one here. I plan on, obviously we're all in lockdown. I'm not gonna, I don't even want to say the word anymore. We're all still on lockdown pretty much, so travel is very, very limited, but I cannot wait to travel more and get a lot more footage with this thing. Again, this was supposed to be my unboxing video, but just going back to my creative block, and I'm hoping that this can help someone else. Most recently, I took a break. And it was unbeknownst to me that the break I was taking was just from me. I was still putting out work and putting out content for other people and having them strive, but for my own personal brand, I think I just needed a break so I could recharge. And that's much needed when you're a creative that works for yourself, especially when you're in a home office where your home, your living, and your workspace, your thinking, your creative space is all in one spot. It is so hard to keep things fresh and renewed. And because we're on lockdown, that's just been the case since March. So I just took some time. I took a lot of time out with family, traveled by myself, went out to Atlantic City a couple of times, got some footage up there. As I mentioned, I just went out to Las Vegas with a couple of friends of mine and, just to recharge and get away real quick, but it's go time now. So the content is coming, whatever you guys want to see, graphics, photography, videography. I know a little bit of all of those things and putting together something for you guys with the team that's coming soon. And until next time.